Have you ever found yourself wondering why some people seem to embrace a newfound sense of peace and freedom as they grow older, while others feel chained down, struggling to breathe under the weight of their own relationships? The truth is, as the years pass, having a partner isn't always the blessing we once imagined. For many, it slowly becomes a quiet, relentless drain, siphoning away energy, restricting choices, and turning what should be a golden chapter into a tangled web of stress and unmet needs. Maybe you felt it too, that nagging sense that maintaining a relationship at this stage in life takes more than it gives. The compromises that once felt natural now feel like heavy chains. The moments of joy you expected to share are overshadowed by endless responsibilities, misunderstandings, and emotional exhaustion. If any of this resonates with you, trust me, you are far from alone. In this video, we're diving into 5 powerful reasons why having a partner in old age can sometimes bring more harm than good. But here's the twist. Understanding these reasons doesn't mean you should abandon companionship entirely. Instead, it's about opening your eyes to the full picture, understanding what truly serves your happiness, and making the choices that empower you to live your later years with genuine fulfillment and peace. And here's what makes this journey truly special. There's a surprising revelation waiting for you at the very end of this video. One that could completely change how you view relationships, independence, and what it truly means to find joy in your later years. So stay with me, because this could be the most important conversation you've had about your own happiness and well-being. Before we dive in, take a moment to make yourself comfortable. Brew a warm cup of coffee or tea, settle in, and let's explore this together. And while you're here, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me in the comments, what's one thing you value most about your independence? And if you're ready to unlock a new perspective that could change your life, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and tap that bell icon so you never miss a moment of insight. Your support helps me keep creating content that truly speaks to your journey. Now let's get started, because what you're about to hear might just transform the way you view your relationships forever. Number 1. The emotional weight of constant compromise. As you grow older, your capacity to endure unnecessary stress gradually diminishes. Yet being in a relationship often demands endless compromise. When you're young, adjusting your habits, preferences, or even your dreams for the sake of harmony might feel like a natural part of building a life together. But as the years roll by, you start to realize something important. Many of the sacrifices you make are not worth the peace they steal from you. Simple, everyday decisions, like what to eat, where to go, or how to spend your time, can transform into tiresome debates that drain your energy and leave you emotionally depleted. Take Robert, for example, a 74-year-old man who spent decades adjusting to his wife's wishes, only to realize that his own desires had been neglected for years. Now, in his later years, all he craves is the serenity of quiet mornings. Yet his wife insists on blasting the television the moment she wakes up. Small disagreements like these may seem insignificant, but they build up over time, slowly turning what was once a loving partnership into a series of weary compromises. The truth is, there comes a point in life where you shouldn't feel obligated to constantly accommodate someone else's preferences at the expense of your own happiness. Yet many find themselves trapped in emotional routines, forever managing someone else's feelings, apologizing, reassuring, and adjusting. But in old age, those responsibilities feel heavier than ever. Instead of relishing your days in peace and contentment, you might find yourself locked in a cycle of ensuring your partner's comfort, even if it means sacrificing your own. And the harsh reality, a relationship that saps your emotional energy at this stage in life is no longer serving you. As you reach your later years, peace of mind should be your highest priority. Yet so many remain in unfulfilling relationships out of habit or fear of loneliness, never realizing how much lighter life could be if they simply allowed themselves to break free from the constant need to compromise. Take a moment to reflect on this. Have you ever felt weighed down by constant compromise in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could help someone else who feels the same way. And if this resonates with you, don't hesitate to share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Your voice could be the encouragement they need to make a positive change. Number 2, the loss of true independence. One of the greatest freedoms that comes with age is the ability to finally live life entirely on your own terms. After decades of raising children, working tirelessly, and maintaining relationships, you've earned the right to make your own choices, without compromise, without guilt, without explanation. But the reality, being in a relationship often means your decisions are still entangled with someone else's needs, habits, and expectations. You might believe you're enjoying your golden years together, but in truth, you could be sacrificing the very essence of what makes this stage of life truly fulfilling. Absolute independence. Consider Frank, a 78-year-old man who devoted his life to being a loving, dedicated husband. After his wife passed away, he made a startling discovery. He had never truly made decisions solely for himself. Everything, where they lived, what they ate, how they spent their days, had been a negotiation, a compromise. But when he finally experienced true independence, something remarkable happened. For the first time, Frank woke up to a world where his choices were his alone. No schedules dictated by someone else's needs, no pressure to explain or justify his actions. It was a freedom he had unknowingly craved his entire life. The truth is, many older couples face this reality even in seemingly happy relationships. You're expected to check in, adjust your plans, and constantly consider another person's desires. It's not that you resent your partner. It's about recognizing how much of your own autonomy has faded into the background. Maybe you've noticed it too. The simple joy of making spontaneous plans, picking up new hobbies, or even changing your daily routine becomes a daunting task when you're constantly mindful of how someone else will react. And the mental independence? That erodes quietly over time. Your opinions blend, your thoughts are shaped by years of compromise, discussions, and debates. But when you're truly alone, you gain something rare, a reconnection with your pure, unfiltered thoughts. You remember what it feels like to make decisions based solely on your own happiness, not on maintaining balance within a relationship. True independence isn't just about living alone. It's about moving through life without those invisible constraints. The longer you're entangled in a relationship, the more conditioned you become to adapt and adjust. But as you grow older, the greatest gift you can offer yourself is the ability to live freely, without hesitation, embracing your own desires wholeheartedly. If you've ever felt that craving for genuine independence, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're finding these insights valuable, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment of inspiration. Your support truly makes a difference, and if you'd like to show extra appreciation, feel free to tap the Super Thanks button below. Your encouragement helps me continue creating content that speaks directly to your journey. Now let's move forward to something that might surprise you even more. Number 3, the emotional exhaustion that comes from constant compromise. In the beginning, relationships often feel like a source of comfort, support, and joy. But as you grow older, you might begin to realize something few people dare to admit. Relationships also demand something you may no longer have the energy for: constant compromise. It's a slow, subtle drain that builds over time. You may not even notice it until you experience the alternative: peaceful solitude, where every decision is yours to make, free of negotiation, free of hesitation. Take Robert, for instance, a 74-year-old man who spent decades devoted to his marriage. He adored his wife, but over the years he found himself making countless small sacrifices. Watching movies he had no interest in, eating at restaurants that never suited his taste, adjusting his daily routine to fit hers. None of these were huge compromises on their own, but they accumulated, wearing him down in ways he never anticipated. After his wife passed away, Robert braced himself for loneliness, but instead, what he discovered was an overwhelming sense of relief. For the first time in years, he could finally do what he wanted, when he wanted, without constantly considering someone else's needs or preferences. It wasn't that he didn't love his wife. It was simply that he had underestimated how exhausting it was to continuously compromise. When you're young, compromise can be part of growth. It teaches patience, understanding, and cooperation. But in old age, compromise transforms into a burden. At a time in life when you should be resting, reflecting, and fully enjoying your freedom, relationships still demand adjustments. And you might not even realize how much of yourself you've surrendered until you finally step away from the relentless process of negotiation. Even the simplest aspects of life, deciding how to decorate your home, making medical decisions, or planning your day, can become emotionally exhausting when shared with a partner. Every decision becomes a discussion, an agreement, or worse, a disagreement. And over time, this constant process of give and take gradually wears you down, making you feel more tired than you ever should be in your later years. Here's the truth. As you grow older, the peace that comes from making decisions without resistance or debate becomes one of life's most precious luxuries. You no longer have to justify your choices, defend your preferences, or suppress those little annoyances just to keep the peace. And that mental clarity, the ability to simply be yourself without filtering your thoughts or actions for someone else's approval, can be one of the most refreshing, liberating experiences of all. Have you ever felt this kind of emotional exhaustion from constantly compromising? If so, share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to hear. And if you're finding this video helpful, don't forget to share it with others who may be feeling the same way. Number 4, the hidden burden of caregiving. No one talks about when people think about long-term relationships in old age, they often envision companionship, support, and love lasting through the final years of life. It sounds comforting, having someone by your side until the very end. But what many don't realize is the crushing weight of responsibility that comes with caring for a partner when their health begins to fail. And in so many cases, that decline happens far quicker than anyone expects. Take James, for example. At 77, he had been married for over 50 years when his wife fell seriously ill. Naturally, he stepped into the role of caregiver. At first, it seemed manageable, helping her with small tasks, ensuring she took her medications, providing emotional support. But as the months turned into years, the weight of caregiving bore down on him. James found himself slowly unraveling. His sleep became restless, his appetite diminished, and stress engulfed his daily life. Every waking moment was consumed by his wife's needs. What began as a genuine act of love had transformed into a relentless obligation that devoured his every moment. The truth is, countless elderly couples experience this same harsh reality. When one partner becomes ill, the other is often thrust into the demanding role of full-time caregiver. And while it may appear noble and honorable from the outside, the truth is that it can be devastating to one's own health and well-being. Studies reveal that caregivers, particularly elderly ones, are at a much higher risk of developing depression, anxiety, and even severe physical illnesses due to the constant stress of attending to another person's needs. It's a role that is both physically and emotionally exhausting, one that leaves almost no room for personal freedom or self-care. The saddest part? By the time one partner eventually passes away, the surviving partner is often left in worse health than if they had lived alone. And it's not just about losing a loved one, it's about losing yourself in the process. Even if both partners remain healthy, the stress of worrying about each other, ensuring proper meals, managing medical appointments, and trying to stay active can be overwhelmingly draining. Many seniors who choose to live independently in their later years find they avoid this painful fate altogether. Without the constant anxiety over someone else's well-being, they are free to prioritize their own health, nurture their routines, and protect their happiness. Loving someone is a beautiful thing, but the strain of caring for a partner whose health is in decline can become one of the heaviest burdens you will ever bear. As you grow older, choosing to prioritize your own mental and physical health may very well be the most compassionate decision you can make, for both yourself and those around you. If you've ever felt the weight of caregiving take a toll on your well-being, share your experience in the comments below. Your story could be exactly what someone else needs to hear to feel less alone. And if you're finding value in these insights, please remember to like this video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss out on valuable content that could truly change your life. Your support means everything to me, and if you feel inspired to show extra appreciation, feel free to tap that super thanks button below. It helps me keep creating content that speaks directly to your journey. Now let's move on to the next powerful reason why staying single in your later years might just be the key to finding peace and fulfillment. Number 5. The financial and emotional strain of late-life partnerships. Many people assume that having a partner in old age naturally brings comfort, security, and companionship. But what they often overlook is the tremendous financial and emotional burden that can come along with it. What should be a peaceful, fulfilling stage of life can quickly become clouded by stress, financial strain, and even resentment. Consider Robert, an 80-year-old man who spent over a decade living comfortably on his savings and pension after losing his wife. He enjoyed his independence, spending his time doing the things he loved without financial worries. But everything changed when he entered a new relationship in his mid-70s. Robert's new partner had financial struggles of her own. What began as companionship gradually transformed into an unspoken financial obligation. Suddenly, Robert found himself covering shared living expenses, paying unexpected medical bills, and even helping her adult children with their personal issues. Before he realized it, he was dipping into his savings just to maintain the relationship. What started as a hopeful new chapter had turned into a constant drain on his financial well-being. And Robert's story is far from unique. Many seniors who enter relationships later in life find their financial security entangled with someone else's circumstances. While some couples manage this well, others fall into a pattern of deep stress, particularly when one partner becomes financially dependent on the other. But it's not just about money, it's about control, independence, and fairness. Disputes over spending habits, inheritances, or mounting medical expenses can easily spiral into resentment. And for some, financial dependency becomes a trap. Unable to leave a relationship because of monetary reliance or simply the fear of being alone. Instead of finding comfort and peace, many find themselves burdened by obligations and worries that overshadow what should be a fulfilling final chapter in life. On the other hand, those who choose to remain single often report feeling a powerful sense of control over their own financial futures. They spend money as they please, save without guilt, and make decisions that truly serve their best interests. There's a unique freedom in knowing that every dollar earned, saved, or spent is entirely their own decision. Ultimately, relationships in old age aren't just about love. They come with responsibilities, financial burdens, and emotional challenges that are often underestimated. And if financial security and peace of mind matter to you, choosing independence may be one of the most empowering decisions you ever make. Have you experienced the financial strain of a relationship later in life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could help someone else make a wiser decision. And if you're finding these insights valuable, don't forget to share this video with someone who might be going through the same struggle. Your voice could be the encouragement they need to find their own path to peace and happiness. Number 6. Rediscovering personal fulfillment and growth. As you grow older, society often paints a picture of your later years being spent quietly beside a lifelong partner. But for many, those years of compromise and caretaking can leave them feeling depleted, lost, or as if their own dreams were placed on a shelf, gathering dust. What if instead, your golden years became a time of rediscovery, rejuvenation, and personal growth? When you choose to live independently, you gain something incredibly valuable: the freedom to explore who you are without limitation. No longer bound by the expectations or preferences of someone else, you finally have the space to rediscover what truly brings you joy. Take Helen, for example. At 75, she found herself living alone for the first time in decades after her husband passed away. At first, the silence was overwhelming, but as time went on, something remarkable happened. She started to reconnect with her own passions. Helen took up painting, a hobby she had loved as a child but abandoned after marriage. She began attending art classes, traveling to exhibitions, and even selling her own pieces. The satisfaction she felt wasn't just about creating beautiful artwork. It was about reclaiming her own identity. It was about feeling alive and whole on her own terms. And Helen isn't alone. Countless seniors have discovered that living independently allows them to focus on personal fulfillment and growth in ways they had never imagined. Whether it's writing that book they always dreamed of, volunteering for causes they care about, or simply enjoying hobbies without compromise. The joy of self-discovery can be one of the most rewarding experiences of all. But it's not just about hobbies. It's about expanding your mind, embracing new opportunities, and nurturing your emotional well-being. Learning new skills, pursuing passions, and connecting with like-minded individuals can bring a deeper sense of purpose and excitement to life, something that often gets overshadowed in relationships filled with compromise and caretaking. Living independently means having the freedom to wake up each day and ask yourself, what do I want to do today? It means choosing how to spend your time, your energy, and your resources without feeling the need to justify your decisions to anyone else. And perhaps most importantly, it means giving yourself permission to put your own happiness first. After all, isn't that what these years should truly be about? If you found joy and fulfillment by embracing your own independence, share your experience in the comments below. Your journey could inspire someone else to take the steps toward living their life more fully. Now let's wrap this up with a powerful conclusion that ties everything together. As you move through the later chapters of your life, the choices you make become more meaningful than ever. While many believe that companionship is essential for happiness, the truth is, what brings true fulfillment isn't always what society expects. For some, staying in a relationship can bring more stress than joy. But your later years? They should be about freedom. Freedom to make your own decisions. Freedom to live without unnecessary burdens. And most importantly, the freedom to prioritize your own well-being, your own joy. The idea that companionship is the key to happiness simply isn't true for everyone, especially if that companionship comes with obligations, conflicts, and restrictions on your independence. Take a moment and reflect on your own life. Are you truly living in a way that brings you happiness and peace? Are the relationships you hold on to bringing you genuine joy? Or are you clinging to them out of habit, fear, or obligation? Every person's journey is different, but one thing is undeniably certain. Your later years should be a time of peace, not unnecessary hardship. Whether you choose to be with someone or embrace your independence, make sure it's because it genuinely makes your life better. Because aging isn't about following outdated expectations, it's about making the smartest, most compassionate decisions for yourself. And sometimes the bravest choice you can make is walking away from what no longer serves you. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you cherish most about your independence? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your perspective could be exactly what someone else needs to feel understood and inspired. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss the valuable content created just for you. And if you feel moved to show extra appreciation, consider supporting the channel through the Super Thanks button below. Your kindness and encouragement help me continue sharing messages of hope and inspiration with those who need it most. Stay tuned, because in the next video, we're diving into something truly eye-opening: the surprising habits that can actually add years to your life, even after 60. You won't want to miss it. Remember, you deserve happiness. You deserve a life that feels rich, fulfilling, and truly your own. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.